All right, everyone. Welcome to the sixth grade math course, and this is episode one on ratios and proportional relationships. Now, this stuff is super useful. You're going to use it wherever you go, whatever you do. And so let's get into this. So, what is a ratio? Now, a ratio is a way to compare two things. So, if I have three oranges and two apples, the ratio of oranges to apples is 3 to 2, 3 2, or 3 halves, right? And all these mean the same thing. So, ratios basically help us compare amounts in a simple way. Now, there are two different types of ratios. The first one is a part to part. Now, the ratio we saw before is what is called a part to part ratio. So basically, this means one object to another object, right? And so you have three oranges to two apples. But the other type of ratio is what you call a part to whole ratio. Now, a part to whole ratio compares a part of a group or object to the entire group or object. Basically, say we're asked to compare the number of apples to the total amount of fruits. Now we have two apples and we have five total fruit. So the ratio is 2 to 5, 2 5, or 2/5. Like I said, all those are the same thing. Now we're going to use ratios to solve some problems, okay? So let's say three apples cost $6. How much do six apples cost? Now, you can obviously use mental math and figure this out, but just for the sake of it, we're going to use ratios and we're going to do this, okay? So first we're going to set up the equation. Now in this case, the equation is going to be 3 over 6 equals to 6 over x, right? And this is what you call a proportion, okay? So let me walk you step by step on how to do this, okay? So you have 3 over 6 equals to 6 over x. Basically, what this means is apples, so the number of apples over the price, equals to the number of apples over the price. So that's what you're trying to find, x price. So in this case, when you set this proportion up, you need to cross multiply. So 3 would multiply with x, 6 would multiply with 6, okay? When you cross multiply, you're going to set it up like this. So 3 times x equals to 6 times 6. And then you'll have 3x equals to 36. But we need to find x, not 3x. So we're going to divide the 3 and we're going to do x. We're going to get x equals to 12. So in this case, 6 apples cost $12. Now, I'm going to talk about unit rates. If you drive 120 miles in 3 hours, what's your speed? So a unit rate is basically when you're trying to find how much for one of something. So you're trying to find in how many hours is he, like what's his, how many miles he's driving in 1 hour. So in this case, he's driving 40 miles in 1 hour or 40 miles per hour. And finally, proportional relationships. Now, if you're seeing a table like this table, so you're seeing 1 hour is 40 miles, 2 hours, 80 miles, 3 hours, 120 miles. That is a proportional relationship. The reason every hour you go 40 miles. That's a constant ratio. Now, there's a difference. If it's 40 miles, 73 miles, and then goes to 120, that's not a proportional relationship because it's being added by a new number every single time, right? And that's it.